In this video we're going to demonstrate how to create a integration with Facebook where we can just click a link and look up a contact in our PlanPlus account to see if they exist on Facebook. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a custom field inside PlanPlus, and we'll go to Account Setup. That takes us here to this page where we can create a custom field for contact, and we're going to call this Facebook. And the field type is going to be a string calculated. And what a string calculated field is it allows you to build a string that merges fields from inside of the record to another string. So this allows us to integrate with Facebook. So here's an example. Like if you go to Facebook and you just search for a name, we've just typed in the name James Smith and searched for it, and you'll see that it creates this string up here. Well, the nice thing about this string is if you had this string, you could actually pass this right into the browser, just like I'm just doing a little cut and paste, and you can paste that string right in and it would pull up the same result. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically we're going to send this string right from PlanPlus so that you can do this query without actually having to go to Facebook and type the characters in, and it'll make it easy to see if somebody exists on Facebook and you quickly add them as a friend. So we're the part of the string that is most important to us, and the only way to know this is by a little bit of trial and error and troubleshooting, is this part of the string. So we're going to recreate this part. We've got a space in here. This is our last name, this is our first name, and then this right here is going to be the same every single time. So we're going to basically add those four strings together to create a string in PlanPlus. Alright, so in this particular string, you can either just add a string together with a field, or add two fields together, or you can use intermediate fields. And we're going to need to do intermediate fields. Intermediate fields are kind of like parentheses if you're solving a math equation. So you do everything inside the parentheses before you connect it to the other one. So in this one, we're going to call this one FB1 because this is our first intermediate field. And we're going to just use the part of that string all the way up to the equal sign. And then after the equal sign, we're going to add the first name to it. So this is going to create one string that takes this URL right here and adds it to the first name. So if you're familiar with, alright, we're going to also need a second intermediate field. We'll call this one just FB2. And this one is going to be the percent to 0, and then we're going to add that to the last name. So the percent to 0, this is just the sign for a space in the URL. So since you can have a space in a URL, this is the code for that space. And again, this isn't major programming, but it does help to have a little bit of HTML or a little bit of programming background for this type of a task. So then we're just going to add those two strings together, those two intermediate strings together, FB1 and FB2. This is just like adding two sets of parentheses together. And we're going to call this our Facebook search. Now we've got that field created. That field's all done. So next thing we need to do is we just need to add that field to the page layout. So we're going to add it to a contact page layout. We're going to add it to the main section. So we just come down here, and anytime you create a custom field, you've got to add it to the page layout if you want it to show up. Okay, so now we can go and we can look at one of these records. And you'll see that there's the link is not showing up until you hit the update. That's because the update button is what causes any of the calculated strings to calculate. So after clicking the update button, now I see a link. I can click that link, and that link you'll see the string that it popped up there inside Facebook. So what this has done is just going to save me a few clicks, and if I wanted to add that person as a friend, I can add them as a friend. So this is just a nice simple way to link your Facebook account to your PlanPlus account, and there's a lot of other websites where this same concept would work. So you can use that string calculated field to connect to various other websites as well.